Hey everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hi.
We hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far, and we hope you had an amazing weekend. We had a pretty good weekend, didn't we? We went live on Saturday night, which was awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was great fun, wasn't it? It's always fun, so thank you guys so much. And while we were live, we got quite a few video recommendations, and the first one that we are going to do is a recommendation from Gina. Kat chose today's video, and that is Slovakia, a van life nightmare or a hidden gem. Now, apparently it's an American couple who are traveling around Slovakia in their van. So we are really interested to see what American people think of where we live, because you've seen what we think about where you live. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
I'm really excited to do this.
The reason Kat chose this video today is she is starting her chemotherapy tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she's not sure. She was saying she's not sure when she's going to be able to film again, and this is the one she wanted to do. So Leia and I were like, all right then. I'm joking. We were like, yeah, of course, let's check it out. I'm excited.
Yeah, we have to see like how I'm gonna feel. Maybe you will see mini videos, maybe not. It will all depend.
Yeah, and we're gonna try and not force her, but me and the kids are gonna try make Kat just take it easy while she can. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of me and Leia, especially because Garen finishes quite late during the week.
So you'll be getting dad and daughter.
Yeah, dad and daughter videos, so expect lots of fail videos, I'm assuming. She was already wanting to do one today. Anyway, before we get into today's video, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel, please use our Amazon affiliate link. It won't cost you a single penny, but if you do any shopping on Amazon, we'll get a tiny commission, and that will go towards our savings to come over to America once Kat's treatment's finished and she's right as rain again. Anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out Slovakia, a van life nightmare or a hidden gem.
So we left our campsite this morning and took about a 45-minute drive through the rural countryside, headed to our next destination, which is the High Tatras, which is the mountain region.
We've been on that road. We are not far from the High Tatras. If you guys have seen any of our vlogs, I have posted a couple times where we can actually see the High Tatras from our house.
Yeah.
Region along the border of Poland and Slovakia. Now, as we got closer, the mountains are beautiful, but unfortunately, the tops of them are covered by some clouds today. We had an initial plan of going up to a ski lift and taking the lift up and walking around on top of these mountains. But to be honest, it's kind of pricey, so with the weather not being good,
this is where you got Garen's snake from.
Yeah, I got.
It's called Východná village.
Yeah, someone was giving away a corn snake. How long ago was that? Like 2 years?
Yeah.
2-3 years. And we went to go pick it up from there, actually
cool.
on that corner. Wow, this is like
and then we were going to
weird.
head to the next town where we had a really cool restaurant picked out. But the parking situation in this part of Slovakia is just really, really
sweet.
bad. So then we came to the next spot that we had spotted, and we've drove around this little area. It's like a ski resort town with tons of parking, most of it closed. But every once in a while we find a place where it says camper vans are allowed. And get this, just to literally park on the side of the road, they want 50 euros for a day.
Welcome to Slovakia.
This is so crazy, especially when you go to High Tatras. It's absolutely crazy what they're charging for parking. That's why we always recommend people, you can hop on a train and just get there on a train. It's a nice journey as well on a train, and you don't have to worry about the parking, because parking here is an
Even when we went, it was a nightmare to park there. It's not as expensive here where we are in the town, but they have now, you used to be able to park all over town for free, and in the last 6 months they've put these bloody meters in there, and now you've got to pay to park literally everywhere, isn't it? There's even some dodgy car park that we mistakenly paid for twice. That's all for, it's like you need a 4x4 to go in there, and we thought they were charging there, but apparently they're not, but we paid twice anyway. But yeah, it's a nightmare parking at the moment.
To park on the side of the road. So what that tells
That's at
me
tomorrow,
is the High Tatras, they don't want us here for very long.
They don't want us here.
So my vote is we drive on out of here. If we find a place on the side of the road where we can pop up the drone or something and let you guys get a look at it. But
I think that's
we're not staying here. $50 a day is ridiculous.
If you guys had let us know, you could have parked in our back garden for free.
And get a train.
Yeah, and got the train.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a dog. Is it a dog in a kennel or two cats? Just gonna fast forward just in case.
If you watched her last video, you know that Slovakia was not off to a good start. I'm going to say they're still not off to a good start.
No, I mean, all this area up through here with beautiful forest land is all super resorty. And when you get to a town, they're all pretty much cordoned off. And just to park to go to a restaurant is the same as parking, and they want $50 to park.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like a surcharge to come to this area. And it looks like there's some beautiful nature. We just can't get to it.
No. We would pay $10 to park, and for overnight, we'd pay $20. But to literally park on the side of the road, $50 is ridiculous.
That is
Not
crazy.
good, Slovakia. Not good at all.
The shame.
The
See,
shame.
that is such a shame. But the thing is like in Slovakia, people just see like where they can make money.
Yeah.
You know, like
I will
squeeze the tourists.
I will stick up for Slovakia a little bit. The roads are really narrow in a lot of the places,
Yeah.
and you can't have just camper vans and
No.
even cars. You know, when in the summer you're driving around that bend on the Mara, and the roads are really tight. You guys have actually commented in a few of our videos how tight the roads are. If you park a van in that there, it's pretty dangerous.
I mean, like, but there is quite a lot of like a proper parking places in
Yeah.
Tatras.
You just gotta know
need
where to look.
Drive around.
Yeah.
We managed to find a spot that we could pull off on the side of the road and not get
Yeah,
charged
the best.
$50 long enough to regroup. We have two options that we're going to check out down the road for places where maybe we could just spend the night.
Mara.
And I told you we'd considered the ski lift, but that it was too pricey. I don't remember exactly, but just to give y'all a gauge.
Imagine they drove past our house.
There's two levels. You can go halfway up the mountain or all the way up the mountain. For two people to go all the way up the mountain is supposed to be like
Where's
100
this?
euros,
I know this
which is
place.
ridiculous. And then halfway up, I think, was close to 50, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
If the video we watched was
Isn't it
correct.
going towards
But
Luchi?
No.
to give you a comparison, when we took the ski lift up to the Shepherd's High Plains area in Slovenia, I think it was like $20 for both of us.
Yeah.
Way more reasonable. So we're moving on from the high Tatras. Gonna go try to find somewhere a little more welcoming.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh my god, it's the Mara! That has been in our videos so many times.
Yeah.
That is my favorite place in
camped
Slovakia.
there?
Yeah, I've camped there. I've spent the night there in a car. I didn't fit in the car, which I didn't realize until after I'd got there and put the seats down. Oh my god, literally there at that church.
Way more reasonable. So we're moving on from the high
Oh, I'm so
Tatras.
glad they showed the Mara.
Gonna go try to find
how full
somewhere
it
a
was.
little more
Yeah.
welcoming.
Good morning, everyone. We found a place to park the van, and it has been difficult here in Slovakia. But we found a nice spot right here on this beautiful lake. And you can't see it today because of all the clouds, but in the backdrop there's some mountains. And it turns out we met some really, really super cool people from Slovakia. And they actually rented a couple vans, and they stayed here last night as well. And so we chatted with them, and they gave us some tips on Slovakia. They also kind of helped us crack the code on some of the other stuff that had already happened to us. So fingers crossed. Our time here in Slovakia has taken a turn. It really hasn't yet, but today we have got a couple new items on our list. Some of them recommended by our new friends, and some of them were already on our list that we hunted down. And so today we're going to hop on the road, try to get over to a couple more spots. Our time is winding down in Slovakia. Even though we just got here, we are headed to Bratislava to meet up with some friends. And so we managed to find a couple cool things. Come on, guys. We need some positive vibes to kind of pull this thing out here in Slovakia. So let's go turn this frown upside down.
We just caught a glimpse of two deer popping into the tree
That's
line
away
as soon
from
as they
Mara.
saw us. But I'm going to call it a good omen.
Kurt spotted them.
Yeah.
They were a little bit darker brown.
And they're big.
And than normal, well,
Yeah,
the
look.
deer we're used to seeing. I don't know what a normal deer is.
That's on the
so-
way to the
But
church.
anyway, we spotted two deer first thing this morning. It's going to be a good day. So we drove about 2 hours through some rural towns, through some industrial areas. We saw like 100 deer in a bunch of different places. Never anywhere we could pull off and try to film them. But we've made it to this cute little town.
Oh, they are in Chichmani.
I'm going to put the name of it on the screen. And it is definitely special because of its houses. Let's check it out. Cismani is a traditional folk village here in Slovakia. It shows up for the first time in written history way back in the 1200s. But there are a lot of different thoughts behind who actually founded this village. The most common thought on that is that it was some Bulgarians that were running from the Turks and set up this little spot for a sheep farming village.
We've got one of these similar to these, quite close to us. What's it called?
Bukovinets.
I can't say that. I've never been able to say that. And they've got the really old cottages and stuff.
Yeah, there is actually like literally nearly in every village in Slovakia, you get these old style wooden
There's a couple
cottages.
here. Yeah. They're lovely. I'd love one of them.
They're knocking them down though.
Yeah, they knocked 2 of them down in our village at the on the corner.
Somewhere along the way, they started using oils to treat the wood that they were using to build their homes. That eventually would cause the wood to turn this dark brown, almost black color. Then they would use clay to paint around the bottom of the house, around the roof line, and around the windows. This was to help keep water from penetrating the home. When a homeowner would discover damage to any of the wood on the home, they would patch it with that same white clay. Now, somewhere over time, they switched from using the clay to using a locally sourced lime, which was also white. Now, around 250 years ago, the story goes that a local woman was making some lime patches to some damaged wood on her home when she decided to give it some character.
Looks cool, eh?
No one knows exactly who this woman was, but her artistic flair caught on, and eventually all of the homes in this little sheep farming village were decorated with all of these fun geometric shapes. Now, most of us would want these shapes to have some meaning, but in
Chicken
actuality,
asses.
they are all, for the most part, just shapes to have some meaning.
Trust a Slovak to be like chicken asses all over my house. That's brilliant.
But in actuality,
Half
they are
heart.
all, for the most part, just decor. The birds, however, do symbolize fertility. You will also find these geometric shapes stitched into the clothing from the past as well.
That
And
really
this village
tickled
has
me.
become such a symbol for Slovakia that in years past, you will find these same geometric shapes on some of the Olympic uniforms.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
In the late 1900s, there was a huge fire that swept through the village.
You, not me.
That, along with World War I, left all but 3 of the traditional homes destroyed.
Oh wow.
But in the mid-1900s, a Slovakia architect set about to save the village. With fundraising and some help from the government, he offered the village residents the money they needed to rebuild their homes. But they could only have the money if they agreed to rebuild in the traditional way. And that is why this cute and historical little
Chicken
folk
asses.
village still stands here today. It's a great road trip
Brilliant.
stop. And make sure you spend a little
I
time
wonder
at
if
the
that's what they
museum,
really meant.
which has been helping to preserve the history of this area
We've got those.
since the late 1960s.
Upstairs in the attic.
What a really cool step
means
back
welcome.
into history.
Oh, it says it underneath.
So we're walking across the street now to get a look in a different house. And I have to tell you, Paul, who works here, has been amazing at just giving us tons and tons of really cool information. But he's a little camera shy, so you just get to hear his voice, but he has been amazing.
Now, 3 different surnames, so 2 brothers with their wives lived in there, 2 completely foreign families in here. And the way it happened, or the reason it happened, was in 1907 there was a fire which destroyed the central village. Many people, including these, lost their houses. And these families were too poor to build a new house, to build their respective new houses. So eventually they just made a deal. They pooled all the resources they had, money, materials, and they built one common house for all those families. So that's why you had 400 people living in one house. Now, I don't think it mattered that much, however, because 90% of the time you spend outside working, taking care of your animals, filling your field, harvesting, fixing a roof, etc., etc. You put the wood in there, set it on fire, you close the whole thing. Now, the wood burns out and all the concrete, the air, everything basically heats up. You open the hell and you take this goose wing to sweep out all the ashes, and any embers that are left you put on the sides, and then you take all the bread that you created, all the dough, and you put it inside and you close the whole
My
thing.
grandma
So
used
now
to-
all the embers and the cumulative heat
She used to
bake
make
the
bread
bread
like
from
that.
all sides, like pizza basically. Yeah. This is how people used to do it, and they usually did it once a week in large quantities.
So cool. All right. What a cool little town, huh, guys?
I hope they're going to enjoy it a bit more.
We have left
Yeah.
the little museum, but Paul told us that we could come up here and there was a vending machine where we could get some cheese, and it's some of the best cheese in all of Slovakia. So we're going to check this out. And I think we may park right here in this town. We're still figuring that out.
So this is good cheese, huh?
From
It's like a
There's those
string.
strings. We were talking about these strings on Saturday on the live stream.
Yeah, the cheese
The
strings.
cheese strings
Yeah.
that are made with sheep's cheese.
They're good.
Yeah, everyone loves them. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I'll eat them when they're
Yeah.
there. But you guys love them. Garen is obsessed with them. Speaking of Garen, he has got a lot of studying. That's
She's
why
got
he's not here.
DJI.
Yeah, we've got one. We just never use it.
64. 60.
Oh, she's taking parenica. It's the one that you roll.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you.
it the roll one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that. We have finally used
Thank you so much.
a vending machine here in Europe, and the lady is very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Perfect. Wow, look at that. We got some cheese.
All right, we were in here to get
This
some
took a turn.
cheese, and Snow decided she liked the little designs on the building, and she wanted a souvenir, so we're going to get a nice little
And you'll
shirt.
see it in a minute, but it has a heart on it.
Oh,
For
cool.
my
My
heart.
best friend has a shirt like that.
Yeah?
Is it?
It's rare that I buy something, guys, because we don't have a lot of room in the van. But I could use a new t-shirt, a little, changing it up a little bit. And I really do love the little designs on this building, all these buildings, and the story behind it's pretty cool too.
I want to get one of those
Alright, so
shirts
I was-
with just chicken asses.
I told you they have a cat.
The trust layer.
Out walking G-Money around this beautiful town, I
G-Money.
came back, and there was a crowd gathered around the van. And it turns out one of them's from Michigan. What's your name?
Linda.
Linda. And she hosted, are all of you or some of you?
Nikki.
Okay, hosted as an exchange student in Michigan, and now she's come to see him. So can you guys
That's
tell me what your
amazing.
names are?
My name is Nicola, but shortly Nikki.
Nikki?
My name is Richard.
Richard?
Eva.
Eva?
And Martin.
And Martin. So nice to meet you guys.
That's so cool.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. You too.
So this little town of Chichmany,
Yeah, right.
Chichmany is what we're going to call it, has helped Slovakia take a little bit of a turn.
Yeah,
It still has
I was
paid
worried.
parking, but it is $2.50, so €2.50 for an hour. You pay online with an app, plenty of room. Now it's not season, but I am sure you can find parking here at any time. And it is also €8 for an entire 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we're
There
gonna
you go.
ride up
You
here.
Yeah.
That's like more like us, but also you're lucky that there's machines in that, because remember what happened to me at Kalemeni?
Yes.
We went like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before with Kat. It's like a hot springs that you could go sit in and that, and the parking was what, €2?
€2.
And then when I drove up, I was like, hello, parking. He's like, €5 because I was English, and I was like, oh damn, it's gone up. Inflation's crazy.
Here to this bigger parking lot and see if that's a place we could spend the night. And at the very least, we're gonna make lunch there. But This is putting a little bit of a better shine on Slovakia.
Yes,
Yeah, for
thank
sure.
goodness.
Good job to this little town. And Paul at the museum, who was awesome.
he really.
We got the same roads like we do.
Yeah.
He really did, yes.
There's actually
Let's go
looking
see
better
what this other
condition.
parking spot looks like and decide if we're going to sleep here or just eat here.
So the cheese we got, it's like almost like a little string cheese. So you can see, you can unroll it there, and then you can take it and you can just pull it apart. And it's so good. Almost like a mozzarella, but very buttery, tasty. Honestly, it's like Oaxaca cheese in Mexico.
Oh, it is. It's got a little bit more flavor to it. Little sharpness at the end.
Good.
You using it in our lunch?
Yep.
So Kurt spotted some deer starting to come out of the edge of the trees onto this nice green grass. Must be supper time. So he's hopped out. He's gonna walk over there and see if he can get a shot of these things. Now earlier we could see a mama and a baby way up on the slopes here. If you look over here, we're parked in a ski.
We are very lucky though. We've got so many deer,
Yeah.
haven't we? They come into our garden in the winter, some winters, to eat the tips of our trees and that. Especially if we've had a hard winter. They were only here once or twice this winter,
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah. But the greenery.
Yeah.
This is where we are. Everything is
Yeah.
just so green.
So
It's
green.
so lovely.
A little ski slope, little ski resort, local small one parking lot. So in the wintertime, there'd be people right up there skiing on that mountain. But up top, we had spotted some deer. But they were too far away. This one's a little closer. Maybe he'll be able to give y'all a nice look at him. And it's definitely baby deer time. We've seen lots of baby deer. We just haven't been able to share them with you yet. Let's see what Kurt can get.
It is beautiful, eh? We are very lucky. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Jeez, what lens has he got on that camera? It's a good lens, though.
Yeah. Oh.
They walk funny, huh?
Those I love deer.
Yeah. Especially in rare or bulltime.
Look at it.
Little white bum.
How could anyone think to shoot that?
It's delicious.
No, but look at it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not cute.
Can we get one? Oh.
I can't even imagine what our cats would do if we try to put a lead on them.
I don't
Ginge
know.
would Titch or Gollum would probably tie themselves in knots. Sorry for the lighting. We forgot to close this little curtain thing.
Ginge
And
would-
now I look like I'm half in.
Ginger
and
would
you.
jump on our faces, scratching it.
Very well behaved cat.
Not like us.
Puss is okay.
Yeah, but oh yeah. I raised him right.
He's got a belly like Ginge. Like a saggy belly. Oh, there's the other cat.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stick.
That's
the cat for
awesome. Yeah.
I
But
love the fact that they take their cats with them.
I don't know. I've never heard of this channel. I'm assuming they do this full time.
Probably. I
That
don't
must be
know,
amazing,
yeah.
eh? Just cruise around like that. We got something now to look forward to when we
We
retire.
can start teaching our 6 cats to
Oh
walk
my,
on
nah,
a leash.
no, because Leia will be 18 in 3 years, so she can have them when she moves out.
Just bust.
I'm joking. You don't have to move out. You'll live with me till you're 40.
Where is that? Teach man.
That's the church money, isn't it?
Not a lot of veggie gardens in that there, like here.
Cemetery.
Good morning. We had a peaceful night at.
Jeez,
I'm
I
gonna
hope this
call
is
it the
sped
Deer
up and he's
Watching
not
Camp.
driving through
that's what I
running
wanted
like
to
that. Come on.
I don't know. I
Because
think
there were
he
little
looks
deer
like
all
he's
over
driving
those
No, I
really
think
ski
it's
slopes.
sped up.
And we have gotten an early start this morning. We are driving about 2 hours towards the capital city of Bratislava, which is where in a couple of days we're going to meet our friends. But if you back up, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago,
When we first got into Austria,
yeah, we were coming down a steep mountain and we burned up our brakes. And we got them worked on, we got them safe, but their recommendation was that we needed to do a little bit more work on them within the next couple of months. So our plan for today is to find a place that can give us a brake inspection, kind of get a second opinion, see if we do need to do some more work on the brakes or if they're okay. And that's where we're headed now. And it has been a pretty drive this morning so far. So I'm happy to report that Slovakia is in good standing with us now after
Yay.
a rough start. So let's go get these brakes looked at and then get on with the rest of our traveling around here.
It's quite a cool van, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a train. Did you get confused? Right, I'm gonna fast forward just a bit with the music.
Is that Bistrica?
No.
I'm trying to get away from the music. Super Zoo!
Favorite, your favorite.
It's not really my favorite. It's like a chain store pet shop, but I get a lot of fish food and that from there. I'll try not to be fair.
Yeah.
Kaufland.
Kaufland.
That's
Where?
where we go grocery shopping. Alex, no idea what that is.
Well, we have driven all over this place, gone to several different brake shops.
That's such a cute cat.
And as our luck has been here in Slovakia, things did not go well trying to find a place for the brakes. But we have some backup plans that
If it
we're.
wasn't for bad luck, we'd have no luck at all.
But show y'all a little activity that's going on in the van that is not normal. And it is us packing up a lot of stuff. Because this is where we're going to leave y'all for this video. But we're moving out of the van. Yes, we are. You'll have to tune in
I'm
to the
assuming
next video to see what's going on. We will see you guys in a few days. And don't worry, kitties are going with us.
Okay, I'll end it there because I don't want to, like, the copyright's a bit worrying. But I'm glad she started liking it, but now towards the end she seems kind of pissed off again because of the brakes.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing. When you need to take your car to the service, they all seem to be
So
heading
busy.
all the time on the end.
Yeah, but they say they're so busy. Like, we're waiting. We called last Monday
Yeah.
for our exhaust to get sorted out again.
Yeah, and he's
Well, not
still
again.
didn't call
And he
us
hasn't
back.
called us back.
So yeah, I'm a bit upset that they didn't manage to go to High Tatras. Really.
Or come to our village.
Or come to
Yeah.
our village, over Kolinic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
we
do
got
they
some
not?
nice places. I mean,
I
it's
suppose they're on
quite
a limited
difficult.
time.
Yeah, because like there's so many places to see in Slovakia. isn't
Yeah.
it? So,
Oh, it was cool to see some of the places. Like, I'm so glad the Mara made it on.
Yeah.
I love the Mara. The only thing is, me and Garen are still trying to get our fishing licenses sorted so we can go do some fishing there. Because there is some really good, like, predator fishing as far as pike and perch and stuff like that. And there's also really good carp fishing there. So
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
when I become a citizen.
Well, when is that going to be?
Next 5 years. I've only got. Yeah. Mhm. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this one's completely different to what we usually do, but it was recommended. We've never heard of this channel, and it was quite cool to see
Yeah.
other people's perspectives,
Yeah.
and that they tended to be unhappy about the same things that we get unhappy about.
Yeah.
Isn't it? The parking, the bloody nothing's ever open, or yeah, it's just frustrating to get things done over here.
Yeah, but like we share their feelings.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Sorry about the lights again. I forgot to close this blind, and it was pretty dark because we had a bit of a storm, and now it's lightened up, and we all look like we are glow in the dark.
Yeah.
That is not because we are close to Chernobyl, I promise. But you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. We will see you tomorrow. I'm not sure when Kat will be back, or maybe you'll be here tomorrow. We don't know. We are pretty much clueless, but yeah. Hopefully everything's going to be A-okay tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kat's not going to puke on us. Anyway, have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.